lives his life defensively. It's all he's ever known. He lives off desperate jealousy, or groveling at his throne. It doesn't even have to try, validate his bragging rights. He spends his time inside his own mind, covers his eyes, no idea he's blind, attempting to dismiss this consensual assistance. His sun doesn't rise, cause behind those eyes every time he passes by, like thunder, I wonder if he can feel it rumbling. Common sense, fatality, his assumptions dumped him. Now you don't see him running, running out of time, running out of time, running out of time, running out of time, running out of time.
Too afraid to cry, confrontational demise. His temporary rise leaves him long before he dies. Consciousness disintegrated, constantly reiterates. He'll never realize that behind those eyes, stars don't shine, oh, the sun doesn't rise. 'Cause behind those eyes, stars don't shine, oh, stars don't shine.
Stumbles through the door to see him drunken on the floor. I want his ego, let him know she don't love him anymore. She can see through his antagonizing lies. He says he's different now, he'll try to look down, considering she's
Perfect.
Hi everyone, you've just seen the music video for Stars Don't Shine with our featured artist, Drew Hersch. He wrote and performed the song, produced, directed, and edited the music video with his best friend. Good evening everyone and welcome to Unwind with Webb. This is our first concert of 2021 featuring our talented alumni community. I'm Laura Wensley, Alumni Director, and I'm here with our co-hosts and Alumni Council members, Ben Davis, Webb Class of 2011, and Kathy Frederick, Vivian Webb, Class of 2002. We also have backstage Lexus Beeman, 08, from the Alumni Office. So before we invite Drew on, this session is being recorded. We'd like to invite you to use the chat function to say hello to everyone and tell us where you're logging in from. Please also use the Q&A button to submit a question and Drew will answer them at the conclusion of the event. The format of this live concert will be select songs performed by Drew with questions from Ben and Kathy in between songs. So Kathy and Ben, take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Kathy.
Hi, and I'm Ben.
Welcome and thank you all for joining us. We are excited to kick off our first live stream concert of the year with the super talented Drew Hersch, and we are so grateful to have him perform for us tonight. A few fun web facts about Drew. He was a boarding student. He performed in several theater productions, including his favorite Les Mis, where he played a drunk innkeeper. And Drew's dad, Jeff Hersch, also attended Webb, class of 1989. Shout out to Jeff in the audience and all of the other family members of Drew. Hi, Drew. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So you're a pretty recent Webb grad, class of 2019.
Yes, very recent.
Yeah. And while you were at Webb, you recorded and produced one of your most popular tracks, Honey, which now has over 500,000 streams on Spotify.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like overnight success. And a significant portion of your debut album, Sad Boy Summer, was also written during your Webb days.
Yeah.
So as a young artist, can you share with us how your overall Webb experience impacted your music and songwriting?
Yeah, so I think the obvious answer that comes to mind is theater. Theater just taught me to be more myself, like be out there. But I think overall, it was the fact that I went to Webb when I was 14. I left when I was 18. That was the place where I had all of my goods and all of my bads of growing up and just becoming an adult. So pretty much everything I write about in my songs, it had to do with an up or a down at Webb. So I think just growing up there, it really affected the way I write songs.
Awesome.
Can you elaborate a little bit, possibly on maybe how theater or so, I guess, impacted the songwriting?
Yeah, so I'm very drawn to just make everything big. I'll often like write a song on my guitar. I'll want to keep it stripped. I'll be like, all right, this will be the acoustic one on the album. And then 2 days later, I take it to my bedroom studio and I come out with giant drums and like huge orchestra violins and stuff. So I think that all just came from the environment of being in theater and just everything being big, everything being dramatic, even the social parts of it. Like, it was just very dramatic. So I think that bled in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I know that we're excited to hear you play now that we've watched your video. Do you mind introducing your first song?
Yeah, for sure. So this first one is called Colorado. This one's special to me because it really impacted the way I write songs, basically. So I used to have this really bad mindset that I would wait for something catastrophic to happen to me so that I could get inspiration to write good songs. Like my whole first EP was very real, very raw. There was really no exaggeration. It was like simply something I'd gone through. And I remember having a dry spell at Webb. I was sitting and I was like, I haven't gone through anything traumatic in a bit. Like, what am I gonna do? And now I feel like I've changed in the fact that like I could write a breakup song, but I won't be either person in the breakup. I'll be the ceiling, like watching over someone breaking up. Then my song becomes looking down on what went down. Everyone's like, oh, that's so deep. And I'm like, no, I'm just literally the ceiling. So I feel like everything's becoming a lot more abstract. And this was one of the first songs where I really let myself experiment with that. I had just moved to Colorado. Culture shock because of how nice everyone was, first of all. But I really did miss California because of the beach. I wanted the beach back. So I had this crazy thought. I was like, what if I write a song about taking my car back to California, picking up all the sand from the beach, driving it back, and then Colorado's going to be perfect. I was like, wait, but that's not how songwriting works. Like, it has to be real. But I made it into this. So this is Colorado.
The waves, seasonal depression got me more messed up than 2018 spring break. But I know better than to let it get me down. Here it's sunny all around, still wanted you by my side. But I'm over it cause now I look around. Girls are prettier here than life. And life is finally treating me good, just as it should. I wish that I could write exactly what I want to say. Okay, let's get down and drive to the Golden State. And when the sky's pink, let's go down to the beach. And I'll tell you what I think. Clear out the car, let's go for a swim. Grab all the salt from the sea, try to pack it in. Empty your hands, don't forget
the sand. I don't know, then we'll drive it all back to Colorado. All the salt from the sea, try to pack it in. Whoa, Colorado. Another day out here sitting at my station, looking for inspiration. All my friends are busy, man, I'm getting dizzy, trying to weed out the fake ones. Sorry, I can't today. I'ma thrive, I'ma find a place where people stay true to the shit they've said about you. A Cali with Ruth, thank God for something new. I wish that I could write exactly what I wanna say. Fuck it, let's get down and drive to a nearby lake. Take off our clothes, get on a rock, looking over, tell me when to go. Forget about the car, let's stay here for the week. Who cares if we starve, 'cause we've got plenty of drinks. Ditch your plans, make your bed out of sand. Now I know I found myself home in Colorado.
Sweet, I love it, man. So
Thank you.
I've talked to you about this a few times now about how you got like so many of these kind of bite-sized gestures in your songs, whether it be like a loud fuzz sound, kind of that interrupts, like in the video that you played, or you kind of have like this gesture where all of a sudden it's like this really exciting like little
Yeah.
musical fleeting moment, and then it just like kind of disappears, and then all of a sudden you're into a different part of the song. And the same thing I think happens lyrically, where you'll have kind of a rhythmic phrase that will be talking about something, and then all of a sudden it's almost like you're having a conversation with yourself with another like complementary rhythmic phrase, and it all seems like it helps the listener feel like we're just kind of living in your song, and we're almost able to like feel the aspects of what you're describing. And so I
Yeah.
was wondering if you could kind of describe, you talked about a lot of your songwriting process when it was at Webb, was a lot of it was related to like the emotions that you were experiencing, and how is that transition to where now you're able to write in maybe a step away where you can still experience those emotions without necessarily feeling them.
Yeah, so it's like it's really rare to feel something that's like as intense as the most intense song you've ever heard. Like if you hear the most angry song you've ever heard, if you wait till you feel that angry to make that song, you're going to be waiting forever, like simply put. So I guess like sort of what I was saying was writing songs about stuff that I don't necessarily feel or like exaggerating has just allowed me to do that. And again, because of theater, I'm just drawn to make everything really dramatic. Like I'll write a sad song, and instead of it just being a sad ukulele song, like I need to have a part where it drops and you don't know whether I just like jumped off a building. Like I need it. I need my songs to be that dramatic. And I need to throw off the listener always. Like that's sort of what I'm gravitated to do. I'm like, this is why my songwriting professors, or one in specific at this school, has like not done well for me. It's because I like to throw people off. I don't like to follow form. Because I know personally when I'm listening to music, if something just like completely shifts, does a 180, I get so excited. I love it more than anything. Someone who really sort of taught me about how to do that, I think, is Billie Eilish. She has like songs that I've cried to and songs that I've moshed to. It just like, it's polar opposites. And I think seeing her at a show where she went from "You Should See Me in a Crown" to "When the Party's Over," like complete opposites, I was like, whoa, I want to create that sort of like psych moment. So I think it is rooted in like desire to make people feel thrown off, but also it's just like my dramatic ass wanting to exaggerate everything.
I mean, it's like very exciting when you hear it, because it's like hearing you now and hearing you a few times acoustically, it's like, oh, these songs start from kind of a singer-songwriter like point of view, and
Yeah.
then they get taken through like this roller coaster. And I was wondering if you could talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Do you produce everything? And like, how did you get started in doing that? Like, how did you get into electronic stuff, and when?
So at Webb, I opened up GarageBand. I tried my best. There were a few demos from like late junior year that are just awful. I remember like I was telling my friend Tiffany I want to put this on Spotify, and she's like, I don't know if you're old enough yet. I don't know if you're allowed to when you're 17. I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna look into it. I'm just gonna trust you. But looking back, it's like, wow, she really saved my ass. It was I was really bad when I started off, but I think it's so cliche, but I did it more and more. And like if you dedicate a part of your day every day to just like watching YouTube tutorials, or just if you click a random button in your production station, you're not going to break it. Like it's not going to explode. Worst case, you just do edit undo. So I mean, just experimenting. That's it. Time and experimentation.
Yeah, Control Z, right?
For sure.
That's great. So can you tell us about the next song you'll be playing?
Yeah, so this sort of lyrically is one of my flow of thought songs. I wrote this so fast. I wrote this, I remember sitting down, it took like 20 minutes to write this whole song, and you'll hear it's really wordy. Just because I wasn't as focused on the rhyming, that just sort of comes naturally to me. I was just focused on getting my thoughts out there. So this is from the most toxic teenage brat perspective ever, like my ups and downs at Webb. And it was basically me saying, I don't want to go see a therapist because it's boring and they won't understand me. Like no one understands me. So it's been a pattern, like looking back at my old songs and sort of being like, wow, I was an idiot. But this one's fun. It's called Rain Check. Tuesday night, it's all the same. Gotta make it right, gotta end the pain. Feelings out on the line. Toxic, show me where to sign, bro. Getting quiet, where's the rain? I'ma look good for you every day. Wanna know where to find my mind. Catch it in the water behind the warning sign. That chair in the corner makes me wanna lose my mind every time I look at it in the eye. Don't wanna get all in my feelings. I want to think and I wanna be smart, but I don't wanna think about my head on my heart tonight. Oh, I need somebody to tell me, danger, don't cross the line. You'll get into your zone, come back and you won't be fine. I wouldn't listen, but it feel right. Walk through the door, sit down, tell all, get it off your chest and put it to rest. Makes sense, but I'll take a rain check once again. Whoa. If this is a tell-all type of day, I don't really know why the fuck I feel this way. I'm getting bothered by the same old questions. What happened? Why? Tell me why you're drowning in your feels again tonight. You wanna know? You really wanna know? Oblivion, living in a world we're spinning in. Time machines, not a thing. Talk about the magazines, picture perfect stories of a picture perfect world. But it's not so perfect when you can't get the girl to say what makes you unappealing. Then you're all up in your feelings. Calls you 010, still in the friend zone. Talk about a reason you wanted to know, but hey, whoa, whoa. Keep spinning, no choice but to live in it. Never made the choice, but I'm never trying to quit it. Know why? Cause I get to write up all my feelings. Strangers listening, not his business. How does he know what I am feeling? Back to the chair they go. Deep in the danger zone, all alone. I hate that chair in the corner, makes me wanna lose my mind every single fucking time I see myself cry. What's a boy doing crying? Better wipe those tears before you appear in the public. I can't be that type of guy. I just can't help it that that I'm drowning. Walk outside, I'ma make it right. I'ma make it like I never ever shed a tear in my life. I'm still here and I'm thriving. Forget what makes you feel so down. Why don't we sit and I could tell you every reason you should stick around. Oh, 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 oh. You should stay around.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
So, Drew, you're currently a sophomore right now at CU
Yeah.
Boulder, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're majoring in media production?
Yeah.
So are there some cool projects that you're currently working on that you incorporate into your music?
Yeah.
You
So
can share with us?
I've been desperately trying to incorporate every single school project into my music. And it's worked. And I think that's the thing that I'm really happy about. There was a couple moments in my major where I was like, I'm not being challenged. I'd like have a snobbish attitude. I'd put my Zoom on mute and just work on my song in the next window. But I got an email from a teacher saying, you have insane talent. I want to find a way where you could incorporate your work into this class. He didn't really change anything sort of besides my mindset. I guess for 3 projects in a row in this creative media making class, I've been relating my own work to it. So for the first one, it was design an audio that sounds like a dream. Everyone else came to class with voice memos of like them just describing their dream. Like, I was walking in quicksand and the wave got really big. I made a song and made it like sonically sound like a dream. So we were sort of presenting them, and then I figured out the next step to that project was you get assigned a random person's audio and you have to make a visual to it. So someone made a visual to one of my songs, and now that's like the primary inspiration for the music video, which I'm going to be shooting in a few weeks. And then today there was I think it was like the Escape Your Comfort Zone project, or like Embrace Your Weakness. And mine's drawing. I'm so bad at drawing. I could sing, I could produce, I could dance, like maybe. But drawing really bad. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna storyboard my music video. I'm gonna make a storyboard and I'm gonna use it next week. So today I drew out all the scenes from my video, and I'm not I'm a spumbly. I'm not good at drawing still, but it guided me in the right direction for sure.
You do all your album covers though, right? Like you drew the one for Next
I
Day?
don't do all of them, like, but I design all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
So
say you're
sometimes
bad.
I'll send it off to
You're
someone.
just being
There was
modest.
one where oh my gosh, I haven't told the story in forever, but I was really sick with bronchitis at Webb. I went to the health center and Nurse Mary gave me like a pill bottle full of honey as my treatment. I felt like it was equivalent to like, oh, just drink water, oh, put ice on it, like, oh, here's some honey in a pill bottle. But she wrote on it honey, and she put my name under it in like a really cool font, and my album cover to Honey, like my main song, is literally a pill bottle full of honey with Nurse Mary's handwriting copied, literally traced.
Oh, that's so cool. Now I know the story. I had no
Yeah.
idea. That's
I
really
feel like
cool.
that should have been a no-brainer to talk about during this, but it just came out.
Well, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm ready for some more music. Do you mind introducing the next song?
Yeah, so this is a cover. This is the first song I ever performed live on stage playing my guitar. I've loved it for like years, and I just recently found it after not thinking about it for years. So I got pretty excited, and I kicked a song out of my set to add this one to it. All right, this is I'll Follow You Into the Dark by Death Cab. Love of mine, someday you will die, and I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark. No blinding light to tunnels or gates of white, just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for the hint of a spark. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. In Catholic school, as vicious as Roman rule, I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. I held my tongue as she told me, son, fear is the heart of love. So I never went back. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. You and me, we've seen everything to see, from Bangkok to Calgary. And the soles of your shoes are all worn down. The time for sleep is now, but it's nothing to cry about, because we'll hold each other soon in the blackest of rooms. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. Then I'll follow you into the dark.
I love Death Cab. Yeah. Gosh, love Death Cab. Anyways, sweet man. Thank you. What song did you kick out to replace that one, by the way?
I was gonna do Cellophane.
Oh man.
I could still do it, maybe.
Yeah, we could at the very end. I really like that one you just played. It's really
Thank you.
nice.
Well, when I was at Webb, I was also a musician. I mean, I still am, but I have a question for you regarding, do you have any words of inspiration or any advice to, one, to like an up and coming Webb musician, and two, to any young songwriter?
Yeah, so they're definitely two different answers. I think to any songwriter, don't make the mistake I did of having folders and folders of these unreleased songs that are just like, could literally be labeled wannabe Billie Eilish, wannabe Rex Orange County. Like, there are so many. There's so many that I didn't put out. The music industry is not looking for repeats. Like, I'm not speaking as a successful anything, but I'm just saying, I know for a fact that like what I'm pursuing, I'm not pursuing a repeat of anything. I see sort of like an empty spot for me where it's like, I can't really listen to what I make. I guess like I can't find it anywhere else. I am often craving like a theatrical electropop, but I just can't find it, and so that's my motivation. I'm like, okay, I see an empty spot, like that could be me. So I guess just for musicians up and coming, just find what your own thing is. But for Webb, especially for Borders, I think it would be really stupid to waste your time and care about being too loud for your neighbors. That was something that I would get the kicks on my door. I heard a shriek outside my room when rooms got picked for the next year of someone literally screaming that they don't want to be next to me. But I wouldn't have made honey. And I wouldn't have gotten any better at production. So I'm thinking, like, if someone at Webb is watching this that is making music in their dorm room, like, be loud. It's fine. Miss Bauman texted me from her house and was like, I hear you belting. Like, are you okay? Yeah, I was filming that music video that we watched at first in Copeland Donahue, and, like, before we got there, I was rehearsing my high part because we hadn't recorded the vocals yet for it. Mr. Dookie walks in and goes, I heard you shrieking, but, like, you know, if I hadn't tried it, like, how would I have known how high I could go? So it's fine. Just do it.
I've definitely heard that moan and whinge from my like future roommate there. I think it was after freshman year when my not roommate, but the guy next door to me, Zeb Nolan, he's like, oh no, I got him for a second year.
Yeah, no, same. Yeah. I think it gets better with time too. Like, I have 3 roommates right now who they've heard all these songs I'm performing so many times, but it's like Webb was when I like started to discover my sound, and I think that was crucial because it's like I could just be screaming because I want to, like, in my room, but at Webb it was like actually doing something. I was like, okay, like, I need to figure this out. But now it's like I have it under control. I talk to my roommates. I'm like, we're good, but get it out of the way before you annoy your college roommates, basically.
Yeah.
And you were in Alamo, right?
Yeah.
All 4 years or just?
Just the last 2, next to Justin Martin.
So all of your roommates next to you should know, like, all your music.
Oh, definitely.
Well, let's hear some more music. I think we have 2 special songs coming up. Can you introduce them?
Yeah, so I wrote this one in the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, just basically out of frustration. I was like, what's happening, and, like, why isn't anyone in charge doing anything? So this one's at the little orange man that just got fired. It's called Call You a Man.
Driving this lonely road, finding it's getting old. Don't tell me take it day by day, if you can say that it stays this way. You told me that it stays this way. Driving this lonely road, getting colder, nowhere close to home. Don't tell me make it lemonade, when our lemon trees are just not the same. You and me, we're just not the same. Unlock the passenger door and let me roll away to a better today. Skin's torn from the jump out the side, but I'll survive, I won't die. A couple bruises are fine. How did it come to this? You're too weak to stand up, but sitting down ain't enough. Why aren't you listening? Got your head in the sand. Why should I call you a man? Why should I call you a man? Driving this lonely road, where I shut my mouth and do what I'm told. Don't have a thing to say, guess I'm just a kid and I can't make any change. Whoa, whoa, I guess I'm just a kid and I can't make any change. Unlock the passenger door and let me roll away to a better today. The skin's torn from the jump out the side, but I'll survive, I won't die. At least the bruises are mine. How did it come to this? You don't wanna see new, just wanna hold out your truth. Why aren't you listening? You're immune to demand. Why should I call you a man? Whoa, you're immune to demand. Why should I call you a man? Driving this lonely road, finding it's getting old.
Don't tell me take it day by day, if you can say that it stays this way. One look at you, it just can't stay this way. Thank you guys. All right, I'm gonna go straight into my next one. This one has a little bit of a deep introduction. I've been at a really pivotal point in my songwriting career, basically. I hate that word. I've been at a pretty pivotal point because I'm gay. Like, fully. I've always been. But I've just recently come to terms with it. And every song I've ever written is about girls. And it's not like I lied when I was writing them. Like, it's not like I was like, I'm just gonna swap the name. I wrote songs about, like, Lime is genuine anger that my girl best friend wouldn't love me back. And, like, I wrote almost my whole album about that. And so I've been really pondering recently, like, what was it? I've been looking back at my lyrics and I'm like, what was I thinking? So I've realized that I was in love with the idea of love my entire life. When I saw my future, I saw myself as a husband, not like who I was standing next to. I saw me as a dad, not like me having kids. I saw, like, my honeymoon as, like, oh, I'm going to get tan, I'm going to, like, be on a honeymoon, not like, oh, who am I going to be next to? So I wrote this next song. It's called Room for Your Love. It's not out yet. It's about that castle on a cloud fantasy that I thought love was, like, moving into a mansion with someone, like, giant hallways, like, we're going to be together forever, family holidays. And I sort of wrote it in the form of, like, me being stood up on a date. Like, I go to a date at this, like, nice restaurant in Paris, France, and no one shows up because they don't exist. And I'm simply in love with the idea of love. So, yeah, this is called Room for Your Love. Hey waiter, how about a table for two? I'll take a pager, 'cause she's coming later. But I know it's just not the truth. Hey mister, write up a check for the bread. Call me a quitter, I swear I'd have kissed her if she existed outside of my head. I want to make room for your love, dear, part ways with a red-washed hometown. Hallways with imported chandeliers, it's not here till the second you're found. I want to make room for your love. Here, this house has got plenty of space. Ashtrays for passports and souvenirs. It's all clear till the second I wake. Bartender, pour this one into the sink. Not another, 'cause I won't recover. I don't wanna let myself think. I want to make room for your love, dear, befriend all the chains and the ground. Sliding down ivory banisters, words without sound until you come around. I want to make room for your love, babe, before we all run out of time. Questions on family holidays, then dance off the yes with all your folks in mind. There's no games in this house, no more chains in this house. There's no monsters of pain and no playing aloud. We'll deck out the walls with our pushes and pulls, laugh 500 nights away, sleep when we're old. I want to make room for a love here. Who fits the shoe, writing my songs? horse-drawn parade round the gates of my melody. Anyone willing to say they want to make room for my love here with every passing day. Here comes the one headed straight for my burning sun, millions of light years away. Praying the chasing can rewrite the brain.
Thank you so much, Drew, for a phenomenal performance today. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on stage at a big venue in the near future.
Thank you.
And this actually wraps up our live concert portion of the event. Thank you everyone for listening out there. Drew will be answering more questions from all of you guys, so please hang around, and we'll also be giving away a few raffle prizes.
Perfect.
We hope, well, all right, before we totally wrap up, do you think that maybe we could do one more song?
Yeah.
I'm going to do what my dad always does at my concerts. Maybe one more
Yeah,
song?
let's think.
I think we have
Good
time.
closing one. I know my dad's screaming for me to sing May, but it's too high. I can't do it. I don't even know the words. Let's see.
You put him on a spot like that.
Oh, I could do Lime. Oh my god, I could do Lime. Apparently I could do
Do it.
Lime. Okay.
Yeah.
Rhyme.
I guess I could do Lime. That's probably the most complicated one I could have picked.
Can you introduce Lime and if there's anything that you
Yeah, so Lime I wrote just about being angry at a girl because she didn't want to be with me. I wrote it at Webb. I wrote it in room 101. Yeah. Oh my god. Two and two together, babe, your attitude is severed. Uncommon, I'm put off, plain irrelevance, to hell with it. I can safely say all these days I'd easily let you break my heart again. Time to end this stupid fucking situation. No connotation. You don't care, but I'm not down to make this love a battleground. Take it slow and let me know where you're trying to take me. Are you done with your fair share of the war? Run from your own bullets, guns not fun enough anymore. Leave me in the dust, my tears aren't gonna rust. They'll fight for life before they meet their end in such a night. I'm still by your side, lying in your alibi. You seem sweet as cherry frost wine, but you're bitter, live a crime, need a lime to last the night. I thought you were the one, but I was hiding from the sun, completely unaware there was another one in despair. Any given day, just a mention of your name and instant time machine to times of light, crying, trying, dying over you. I guess you played me too, fooled me into running. What was I supposed to do? Sit and stay and wait for you to be up here in no time. Love like fire on the 4th of July, shaking, taking more time than expected to clean up the mess you're making. I'll take it slow if you let me know where we're going. Think I'm drowning still, no recollection of a deal. Did I shake hands with the devil, tell him baby give me thrill, make my life a mess and leave it, wish me the best. Try anything and everything you can to make it hell. I'm still under your spell, said farewell to my sense of smell. You screamed hey like a boulevard, yeah. But now you're bitter, night and day, need light to come my way. Whoa, oh, don't we all deserve an off day just to think things through? Whoa, stop the clock, think on the spot, and tell me what to do. of all the times that I cried, you did too. But now a madman's on the loose. He's left to your side, tired of crying himself to sleep at night. You seem nice like liquor on ice, but now you're bitter. One more time, need a lime to last the night. I cannot believe I made it through that. Wow.
Beautifully.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. If you guys are still here with me, and if you enjoyed the show tonight, I certainly did, and I'm definitely going to be taking that through the rest of my evening. Tune in again on April 23rd. That's when our next Unwind with Webb will be. More details coming soon.